Here we go. We are live. Okay. Sorry, I just needed to check something. So we are on, wow, part 15, because we are putting pictures in here. And at one point, I thought, you know what? I'm just going to put the pictures in. But then a few of you said, no, no, I love to watch the process. So here we go. Got a few pages done already, and we ended up right here. Whoopsie. We ended up right here last time. Sorry for all that clinking and clanking. So we've got a little bit of cousin love happening here. And I think we had left off saying we wanted Daddy to be kind of peeking through, because that would be kind of cute. I mean, maybe that's creepy. I'm not sure. But anyway, we're going for it. But I am for sure going to cut the bottom off here. So if I placed that, I'm trying to maximize, or do I like it better? I think I like it better with just his eyes and not part of his face. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but at least when doing that, it kind of tells you, take a peek under here. We are cutting this off. So if I mark right here, and then I'm just going to go a little bit above it, but I also want to mat this. Okay, let's get our little slicer out, and I'm not going to keep you long today. It is 3:30 here in East St. Paul, and we have somewhere to be this evening. We've got a drama thing happening at school that we don't want to miss. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of trim this down a little bit as well. Because if I can get, I'm not sure if it's going to work, but if I can get more than one uncle on this page, I think I will do it. So let's just kind of creep in here close to the baby. And I like that. Let's take a smidge, just a smidge off the top. Okay, so now we will see where we land with this. Again, I'm still not 100% sure about doing this, but we're going for it. This also opens up. So we have pictures in here already. So if I put that uncle there and trim this one down, let's do all of that before I continue. So let's just, I love the way he's hugging the baby here. So cute. So cute. So we're going to kind of, do I want to cut off his shoulder? I think so. I'm not cutting off anything baby. And that's more the reason we're here. So let's just trim that down. And let's see what would happen if we close this flap. I don't know, friends, if I like this peeking through like that. Somehow it's really bothering me. So we're not going to do it. I need to figure something else out. So you know what? Uncles are going to just go on a different page, and I'll figure something out for here. I mean, even if, and this is why I like to kind of dry fit everything. I don't like to put things down right away. I need to, because it's just creepy. It's just creepy. Okay, so this gorgeous paper is so sweet. That is super cute. So maybe Okay, this has nothing to do with gardening or teacups, but a little duck with a blue little shawl. Why not? What else do we have in here? We've got rubber boots. We're still dealing with a tiny baby here, so it'd be so sweet if there was... Okay, you know what? The whole decorating thing, we're going to move on. We're going to move on. I should have been a little more prepped, but I did think I was going to peekaboo that through there, but it's bothering me. We had talked about putting this strip right here, and I do like that. So you know what? Let's go ahead, and this just might be the next page. I like to glue on a silicone mat. This way I know I'm not trashing anything. Let's just put a little bead of glue. I don't know if anyone has seen my rolling photo box, and I'm offering that class virtually, but the cutoff date for that is June 9th. So that's in 4 days. That's approaching. Let me show you. Here's the lid, and then here's the photo box. Okay, so all of these pictures, and there's 21 in there. And then what you do is you just roll this box up. You grab the side flaps to close it. Whoopsie. Close that. Let's roll it one more time. Bring that there and that there. And then I just kind of smush it into a box. And I put the lid on it, and it holds it all together. Now, I am offering that as a virtual class. No supplies are provided, but it's just a virtual class where I walk you through it step by step virtually, so you can be anywhere and take part in that class. I don't know if you can see the stash of boxes behind me, but I have 10 grandchildren, and I created one for each of them. So that is my rolling box class, if you are interested. These from the Storybook DSP are absolutely stunning, and I know I'm going to use them, but today is not the day. Like, look at this. We have a little seed packet, and then here we've got little acorns. Like, it is so, so cute. So cute. Okay, not going to keep you long. Let's see here. This opens up. So we've got Owen's feet here. This is a pocket, but you know what? This might be a good Uncle Page. A good Uncle Page. This opens up as well. So we could put one uncle here. This is a great uncle, and it's not the best photo, so I don't know that I'm going to use it. So maybe if we had the two uncles featured on this page here, and Big Brother, you know what? Let's go back here. We can tuck Big Brother right under here. I like that. Now let's see if I can get that. So that's going to go right to the edge. We're going to trim this off just a smidge. Crisis averted. Okay, so let's get that trimmed off. I'll likely mat it again, but I just don't need the picture quite as big as it is. And it's not easy to cut when you're not on a flat surface. Like, seriously, Denise. Work smarter, not harder. Hard when you're trying to get everything in camera, though. Like, that's the thing. There we go. Okay, let's just take a little bit of his big brother's shirt off. His head is already cut off. Okay, that's going to tuck nicely in there. So that will go under there. Let's mat that with, yeah, I was totally not organized and ready for you. I apologize. I did my regular live this morning, and then we scooted off to Costco. And now here I am again for just a bit. So I feel like I'm scrambling. So we've got about, where are we? We're about 3 5/8. So let's go 3 3/4 by, okay, I'm going to have to go a little bit past my, I'm thinking I will be about here. Yeah, let's go a little larger than I need. And that will be perfect. I'm going to put the photo down, and then I'm going to trim. Okay, so let's get our cap off. I'm still learning my new toy. I really got tired of arguing with my Stampin' Seal. And one day I'm going to figure out the best way to take this off. My cap gets stuck. You don't want any glue ever peeking through, ever. It makes for a sloppy book. Now, what I like to do is I always like to find my longest edge, and that's where I eyeball. And so let's just eyeball that way. And I want to come down just a smidge here. There we go. And we're going to trim. And I see I've got some glue peeking through. Let's just wrap that in there. Okay. Trim that off and pop that into our album. Now, if you want, you can also do a black mat after the white mat. And you know what? Let's just do another, just a little whisker. There we go. Now, if we bring our album forward, so that's the rolling box card. But if you are interested in creating this album, there is where you would go for that. And that is a picture tutorial. This is going to be just perfect. A picture tutorial along with a step-by-step video, and it's a 4-part. Okay, so let's grab our Easy Runner, and we'll just get some adhesive on there. And we're going to double check to make sure that I am not peeking through, which is absolutely perfect, like that. And so now here's where you could put some ephemera. Pardon me, but we're not going to do that today. So this is just going to be a one picture thing. And there's those sweet toes. And now back to our uncles. Now let's get these matted with our white. And then let's get those down. Okay, so we are, I should put my, there we go. If you have not subscribed to my channel and you would like to, I would be honored if you did. So we're going to cut this at, let's go 3 1/4. And I'm going to go a little bit more than 3 1/4. Yeah, that'll be perfect. And then my cutter, and I don't want to go grab my big one. I'm too lazy to grab my big one. So you know what? Let's do the pencil trick. So when this picture goes down, it's going to be approximately there. And I'm going to flip this over, but I'm going to cut that right there. I love creating albums because it's so nice to have them sitting on the coffee table rather than all of your pictures sitting on your phone. Like somehow that just is not fun with pictures sitting on the phone. I hope this clicking noise of my new tape runner thing is not like super annoying. We're going to go just a smidge more. And I can cut just a little bit off of this side. I prefer a skinnier border, and so let's just make that happen. And maybe a smidge on this side. So that's one of the uncles, and let's get the other uncle. And I think placement, something like that, would be simply amazing, and even more amazing if you could see what I was doing. Okay, so let's get this one matted. Okay, so this is going to be 3 1/4. Is that going to be long enough to go this way? It's going to be perfect. So let's go a little bit more than 3 1/4. I'd rather be a smidge too wide and have the ability to cut it down. Okay, so let's do a dry fit. And that's for sure going to be too wide, but let's put it down and then I'll know where to go. I really liked my Stampin' Seal, but man, this last one that I had was driving me crazy. So here's my longer side, here's my longer side. That's what I like to eyeball. And up on my tippy toes so I can see what I'm doing. And we are going to do a little bit of trimming, okay? And then we'll get the uncle's pictures down. Just a smidge off here. And just a smidge off there. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead when I'm not live and put the ephemera down, because that always seems to take me a little bit longer than doing photos. And somehow it's just kind of like, wow, you are watching paint dry, and that is not fun. Okay, I do like the placement, like so. I think that looks really good, and I like that I'm kind of coming over a little bit. You could put a box here as well, But you know what? I don't want to do that because then, yeah, my pictures are not going to fit. Now, when I put my pictures down, I never put liquid glue behind a picture, but I will put liquid glue behind a mat, okay? Providing that it is a cardstock mat. So we're going to get our silicone mat out, and I know that this picture is going down first. And here's where I will use liquid glue because I'm working on cardstock, not on a photo. Excuse me if you heard that. I get the hiccups every now and then. Okay, so this, we're going to kind of do a dry fit just so that I know for sure I'm remembering where I wanted to go. And I'll probably put like a little journal thing under here just explaining who that is. But I'll do that kind of stuff when we're camping because it's just fun. I love creating albums when we camp. It's just a fun thing to do. Dean is a real book reader and I'm not, so it works out really well. So isn't that a fun page? And I mean, I could put this blurry uncle here, but I don't know. It's not fitting with me. It's not. So we won't. We won't. Okay, so in here, we've got a pocket. Now behind this journal page, I could put a picture. That is not going to fit. But this could potentially fit. But I like him this way. That might go there. This is a pocket right here that this was in. I almost need a... Ooh, this might be fun. That might be fun. Look at that proud cousin holding his little cousin dude. So fun. Here he's got a real silly face. I can't wait to gift this to my grandchildren. Here's Daddy. That's not going to fit, but that might. Now I look at this picture and I could be really brave because it doesn't scare me to actually cut my pictures. That's actually cute. You know what? Let's trim that and put that there. Let's do that. So we're going to... Oh boy, is that going to fit? So if I take my mat, it doesn't really fit. It doesn't really fit. If I take this, that one will fit. So let's do it. Let's cut this, and I might actually even fussy cut around the picture, and I'm not afraid to do that. So if I put that down, I'm going to be cutting his ear off, and I don't want that. We're going to fussy cut this. So watch how I do that, and it honestly does not scare me to do that. This is a cute picture too, but I think he's younger here. Okay, so we're just going to come in and we're going to turn the photo. So the scissors are doing the work, but the turning of the photo is what gives me nice kind of clean cut edges. Now, I'm going to just go straight across here, because I need to figure out what I'm doing with those fingers before I go any further. Let's come in here. And let's just get that little ear. And you can always go back if there's little kind of pokey out sections when the turning wasn't so good. But I like that. But I don't know that I want the hand. And so we need to figure out what we're doing here. Let's see if we can. This is where it's going to get really scary. Let's see if we can just kind of scoot in here. For those that are watching, are you holding your breath right now? Just asking. And so let's just cut that thumb off. And then I am going to trim that. So we're looking at just his head and his neck. That is pretty scary looking. That is pretty scary looking, but it fits in there nice. Now, if I find a piece of design paper, okay, that goes with that, it can kind of take that whole scary look away. Let's see what we've got here. I think this seems to be mostly in the pinks. And here is a sweet I'm thinking I probably shouldn't have cut the picture. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Where did I put? Because I've done that before. Where did I put some of? Well, you know what? I am going to, let's see. If we put like some design paper or some ephemera around there, then we're just looking at his head. Hi, Judy. I'm agonizing right now, girlfriend. So I trimmed Owen. So I had just his face. But I'm going to find the exact dimensions of this. So this is 3.5. And we've got stars on the other side, but I want something just really subtle and not too much design. So we've got 3.5 by 4.75. Now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. We're going to take this whole thing and we're going to put that down right on top of this, okay? Now, so that we don't have this peeking through on the other side, because I still want that illusion of a torn out from a binder look, okay? So let's get a little bit of adhesive down, and I should not be working on my book like this. Do as I say, not as I do, right? So let's grab this and let's just put that right down on here, like so. And I'm just using my tabletop to make sure that I'm nice and flush. And then I'm going to grab that punch tool and I am going to fit that in exactly where it's cut. Judy, did you have a little bit of a rest this afternoon? So if I slip this in here, ooh, I'm not going to see where I am. Or can I figure it out? I'm going to figure it out. I figured it out. Okay, and so now let's just... We left, we went to Costco, got our Costco stuff done, and here I am. Okay, let's get all of that out of the way. That's going in the pocket, but we're going to put that picture down. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Keep me posted, my dear. So now I'm going to put, and you can't see a thing that I'm doing here. Judy, I gave up on my Stampin' Seal. The last one that I had, the glue just kept getting hung up in there, and it was just a big hot mess, and it was driving me crazy, and I couldn't handle it anymore. And so now I went out and bought something else. So let's just see what we've got here. We're going to just put a little bit of Sweet Ephemera so things don't look so... Let's see, what else do I have? Because I'm not feeling that. This is the joys of cutting a picture out and then going, oh boy, what have I done? These are so sweet. I just have a little welcome baby boy. Look at, is this not like 30s or what? I love it. Love it, love it. Okay, here we go. I've got this little dude here. I don't know if that looks funny, but I'm just trying to look at this. Wow. The things you find when you go through your stash. I'm not sure what I want to do right down here, but I definitely want to do something. That's all about travel. This is all about okay. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I may just pass on this and decorate it later once I figure out exactly what I want to do, which is what we're going to do, because I don't want to keep you much longer while I'm agonizing. So this actually gets popped into that envelope there, or pocket, and this might be a cute picture to put right there. I'm going to trim it down just a smidge so that I can put a frame around it and get that matted. So Judy, I want you to private message me if you don't mind, just so that I know what it is that you're working with, if you want, my dear. I don't want you to feel pressure there at all. So if I trim that down like so, that will fit beautifully on that page. Okay, so let's get that matted. Thank you, Judy. And I've got a smaller piece, and I'm sure that's going to work. So this I'm going to cut at 4 inches, which is going to be a really nice size for this flap. So 4 by, let's go 4 and 5/8. I think will give us a nice little border. Just perfect. Just perfect. Okay, so let's get, Judy, do you use Stampin' Seal? And is there a trick? I already threw mine. I threw it away. I just could not handle it anymore. Okay, let's find our longer. And this is just a really nice thin border. Let's get that down like so. Okay, yeah, I was done. I was just done. And then if I put that down here, isn't that adorable? And then I'm going to worry about ephemera and all of that. See, this could even, actually, you know what? Because this is the same day, I think I like that better right here. And these are kind of kitty corner-ish. So we're going to do the same right here with this one. I could put it higher and give myself room to journal or do something else, which is what I'm going to do. So now, because I am working on a matted photo on cardstock, I can use my liquid glue. And I'm going to put this down right like, oh, I wanted to go higher. Right like so. And so now what I could do down here is I could put some sweet ephemera, right? Like even something like this. But I'm going to agonize on that stuff by myself. Now I've got a little bit of glue here because I had originally put that down. So I am just going to pick that up with my art eraser. And if I can't get it all off, I will just tuck some ephemera on there anyway, because I don't mind ephemera if it's up over the photo a little bit. Like that just looks really sweet. And actually that's pretty cute, isn't it? It's still sticky there. Let's just leave that there for a moment. Okay, now what do we have? So we've got that, and I've got this one flap here. Let's see if I can get that done. And I think I know what picture I want. I think I want Daddy there, if it fits. If it fits. Let's get that a trim. I'm not 100% because I don't want it like that. It needs to stand tall. somehow I don't think this is going to fit. So we're going to trim really close to baby's head. And we're going to take just a smidge off. So I'm at 4 3/4. I don't think it's going to fit. No, it's not. That's okay. You know what? There's another place for that. Let's see what I have here. He's a little bit older there. That right there might be the perfect picture. And I found, here's where I cut. But I didn't like, yeah, I didn't like that. Yeah, we're good. I will agonize over that later. Sorry. Okay, this right here, I think, is the picture I want there. So this little dude, just like his daddy, was a little bit jaundice, and they had strict instructions to keep him at a sunny window, which is what I did with his daddy. So I came home from the hospital with his dad on the 24th of December. And we do have bright sunny days here. And so he sat in front of the window. We're going to trim this one as well, just in case this is a number 2 selection. So Judy, are you a wet glue? Is that what you like to use, is wet glue? See, we could even do something like that right here. Okay. But we will mat those. I'm going to cut this just a little bit smaller. This is actually the baby, well, right here, the baby blanket that I crocheted for Owen. I had a pink one and a blue one ready because we weren't sure what we were looking at. That's going to look really cute like that. Okay, let's get those matted. We're going to cut a tinch more, but not his little fingers. But super close. Wet glue, and if I need. Oh yeah, I love my tear and tape. I do. I love tear and tape. So we want about 3 7/8. Do I have a smaller? Let's see here. This is why I don't like to throw away my scraps. That's already 3 7/8. And then this is going to be 3 3/4. I hope I'm going the right way. I hope I am going the right way. Yes. 3 3/4. And let's just go a tinch bigger than 3 3/4. Just in case. Let's mat that. And then we will mat the other one, and then we are good to go. Oh, did I cut that wrong? No, I did not. I just cut it just a smidge too big, which I did on purpose. Okay, let's just get that trimmed. And then down that goes. And one more picture, and then we will say our goodbyes for the day. So let's get this little dude down here. And I'm going to put him like that, something like this. I don't want to cover his hand, so we're good to cover this way. Yeah, I'll figure that out once I get that matted. Okay, so this is going to be 3 5/8, I think I'll do. 3 5/8, and let's just go a tinge more, just so that I know. So 3 5/8 along the top, and 3 3/8 down the side. Judy, I'm so glad you joined me here today. It's nice to see your name pop up. It does my heart good. Okay, that is going to be perfect, and I'll probably give it a little trim. I hope I'm in camera enough. You know what? I'm really liking my new toy. And I had my girlfriend create a stand for it. I just didn't get it yet. Okay, let's get that down. I'm going to trim just a tinge from the top and put that down. Oh, Costco was a zoo. Just needing a name. Oh, there you go. Well, just needing a name. Welcome here. I am so glad you're here. Oh, Edie. Okay. Thank you. Well, it's very nice that you have popped in. That link down at the bottom there is if you are ever interested in creating an album like this. I have a YouTube and a PDF tutorial that I sell, and you can create that. And I hope to see you again. I go live every Thursday morning at 11 a.m. and I create a card. So this one I'm going to do on purpose. I'm going to do square. And then this one here, we're going to do that at an angle. What do you think? I think that looks really, really cute. And then with all the little ephemeras and stuff, that's where I will do that on my own, because I agonize. I truly do. So I'll just find a nice quiet night, or when we go camping. We've got a crazy weekend coming up. So we have 6 grandchildren here in Winnipeg. We have 5 in Vancouver. Which way did I want this? I want it this way. But our Winnipeg kids, 5 of them, because one of our grandchildren is oh, okay. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Yes, I recognize your name. Well, thank you for joining us live. So am I going to go no, I'm going to go this way. I don't want to take attention away from his sweet little hands. So if I go this way, see how I'm kind of coming in there? So we're going to go that way. and I want to keep a little bit of the black in here rather than coming up. I'm going to on purpose come down just a smidge, kind of like that. Okay. Um, so yeah, so this weekend we've got cousin camp, and so 5 of our grandkids are staying over. So they range. We have like 15, 13, almost 13, and 2 12-year-olds. Anyway, so Friday night is movie night, popcorn and movie night. I'm not sure what we're watching yet. Saturday, we're going to activate. And then I've got a bunch of games that we're going to do because I don't want 2 movie nights in a row. We don't need that much TV in our life. We're going to do a whole bunch of in it to win it kind of games, or a minute to win it, whatever it's called. So like games with ping pong balls and solo cups and all of that kind of stuff. It's going to be so fun. And then of course in the mornings it'll be, typical grandma and grandpa's big old breakfast, which is pancakes, eggs, hash browns, fresh fruit, all of that good stuff. So it's going to be a crazy weekend, but it's going to be so fun. And they're such good kids. It's not a hardship. So here we go. So now all I need to do is kind of like little ephemera things, but this is what we did today. So thanks for hanging with me. And actually this will get tucked in this way so that it's not peeking through here. But this is what we did today. So thank you for hanging out with me and watching me do this. It's going to be fun. So when we come back the next time, we're going to take care of, we did do this pull-out mat. So this is my husband and I, and this is the other grandparents. I need something definitely right there. So this is going to come down like that, which is great because now I know that whatever I place here can get hid behind this. So for example, let's see, we need a tall-ish picture. And these are all going the wrong way. This is so cute. This is so cute. So these are 2 of the dudes that are coming over this weekend. You know what? I need to do this right now. Let's trim that out. There's too much couch here showing anyway, and I just want to highlight these 2 dudes. So this is our 15-year-old, and this is one of our 13-year-olds right down here. He's almost 13. And he's a chef. So him and I are going to be making sushi on the weekend because he loves to make sushi. And not like I'm not a crab sushi girl. I forget what they call it. I think it might be California roll. It's the one that has carrot, cucumber, and avocado in it. Love it. And he's such a good chef. So we are about right here. I want to see if this actually works in here. And I will have to mat it. No, it's not going to quite work. You know what? Let's take a little bit more off. Excuse me. Let's take just a little bit more off. So Edie, how come you have not been creating lately? You said that you haven't been doing much. Just overwhelmed with spring. So if we put this straight, let's see, when this is closed, I won't be able to mat it. I really don't want to cut off any of his arm. Yeah, you know what? We're just going to skinny that right in there. I'm going to see if I can take a whisker off. Oh my goodness, he's just, yeah. He makes a really mean eggs Benedict, and his own salad dressings. Yeah, he loves being in the kitchen. Sorry, Isaac, I'm just gonna take a tiny bit off, okay? Just a tiny bit. Okay. And so that is so perfect. And I'm not going to put a white mat behind it because then it's going to peek through. So sometimes I mat and sometimes I don't. So this guy here, where's my music notes one? Right here. This is his box album. He is a ridiculous musician. He actually was just invited to join the intermediate senior symphony band here in Winnipeg, and this is the baby. So he is my chef extraordinaire. He's a fisherman. Yeah, just so fun. So we're going to put this down here, and I could go right up to this blue band like so, and then I've got room down below here for like a little, I'm going to fake it, but like a little journal page or something, okay? Oh, yep, you know what you do? You need to concentrate on you. Can I encourage you, Edie, come during my lives. It might help, I'm not sure. But come and hang with us during my lives, okay? It just might give you some inspiration. It'll give you a little bit of community. Like Judy is here today, and she's such a beautiful lady and so warm and welcoming, as are all of my other girls. So a lot of the other girls that usually come to my Thursday morning live, they're not album makers, so they don't come to this particular one. It doesn't interest them, and that's okay. I get that. But they're card makers, and they're beautiful, beautiful ladies, and you will feel very, very welcome to come and join us. Okay, so please, please do. And you have my personal, like, private message me if you need to chat, and I am happy to chat with you through that. Now, because I am not putting cardstock behind this picture with a mat, I will not put wet glue behind a picture. So we're going to grab our tape runner, and we are just going to put our adhesive directly onto the photo, but not a liquid adhesive. Edie, I don't remember, are you local? Like, are you local to East St. Paul, Winnipeg? So I'm going to follow this blue line, okay, because that follows this, okay? So let's just eyeball center and put these gorgeous dudes down like that, okay? How sweet. I'm loving this flow. I am loving this flow. I just want to look and see if maybe there's another little, I don't think so. So I think it's just going to kind of be like ephemera, and this is not going down, but this is just like an example of maybe what I would do. And this is my line. Those for sure will not go, but see how whatever I do down there, right, it gets hid. Right, I remember where you are. I remember where you are. You know what? Give me a call and maybe I can help spur you on. I am so open to that. Not that I have all the answers, but anyway. it's just, we need to be in our happy place. We really do. And sometimes it just takes somebody just giving us a little push. So, ladies, thank you so much for hanging out with me while I work through my album. And this is done. And this is mostly done except for ephemera. So now we're on to fishing. Okay, so I jumped from baby into fishing. So we're going to be putting some older pictures on these pages here. Um, and I'll probably just, I'll figure something out with all the rest of his baby pictures. But yeah, it's been fun. Have a blessed weekend, everyone. I know we will, hanging out with our grandkids. It's going to be crazy. Um, but yeah, it will be a lot of fun this weekend. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend as well. It's Thursday. The weekend is almost upon us. Be encouraged. Have a blessed weekend. And we will see you uh, next week, Thursday. We're actually camping. So I might go live. We'll see how it goes. We will talk to you later. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.